Welcome everybody to day number 2 of Bob H 2017. I am Juke Stukum, and I will be your lovely announcer for Game 1 with Casco Bay facing off against Collision Roller Derby. This will be the second meeting of these two teams for the year. Collision beat Casco Bay at C Cup down in Raleigh, North Carolina. So Casco's got a little bit of a redemption match right now. Introducing Casco Bay, 108 Shazam Pajama, number 13 Be Advised, number 140 Nurse Smash It, 207 Mini Fridge, number 26 Furious Oxide, number 3 Masonic Boom, number 305 Grim Demise, 40 Per Oxide, number 427 Skater, some skater named X, number 45 Upchuck Berry, number 503 Tugboat, number 51 Broba Fett, number 6 Ryan Arnold, number 68 Zap, number 711 Sandman, number 74 Rock This, number 775 Deep Insider, number 78 Moose, number 808 BOB Bob, and number 876 Dark Evader. Introducing Collision's Derby, number 001 Mighty Mouth, number 01 Jason Smackhouse, number 10 Blake Harkey, who is an alternate for this bout, number 1358 Brickhouse, number 185 Slinging Grits, number 24 Matt Daddy, number 26 Hit or Miss, number 317 Kid, number 329 Admiral Packbar, 494 Mr. Miyagi, who is another alternate, number 52 Boomerang, number 64 Crash Bandicooty, Cutie, number 72 Pixel Pusher, number 74 Nathan, number 8 Juicebox, number 8086 JB Groans, and finally number 999 Easy Button. We have 1 minute 20 seconds roughly to first whistle. And if you guys have any feedback, questions, comments, remarks, you can hit us up on YouTube using hashtag Talk2BobH, hashtag Who is Bob H, hashtag The Return of Bob H, and hashtag hashtag 2BobH2Furious. I don't know why I'm having a hard time saying that this morning. It's early on day 2, super cold in this auditorium. But we're about to warm this thing up. It's Casco Bay and Collision Roller Derby getting ready to take the track. And number 1, looks like Matt Daddy will be starting off for Collision and Grim Demise. Grim Mice returning to the track against Nails. Grim Mice following the same hole as Nails. Slinging Grits and Kid taking the front pack. Nails getting recycled to the back. And Grim Mice is going to lead Jammer. Darky Vader gets tripped up and Nails goes to step over him, but makes a little bit of contact, so he'll get a high block. Power jam situation for Casco Bay. Grim Mice out for 5-point grand slam. Kid Star taking a penalty, so he will join Nails in the penalty box. Slinging Grits, knocking Grim Mice to the inside of the track, and she gets called on a forearm. Admiral Packbar now, and JB Groans trying to slow down Grim Mice as Nails is returned to the track. Nails with a sweet move, staying in bounds and taken out by Darky Vader. He gets recycled. Grim Mice out in front. She's got 5-point grand slam. Oh, sneaking on the inside of Keegan and JB. Grim Mice easily making another 5-point grand slam. Nails chasing now. He's on his scoring pass. Let's see if he can catch up to the pack. The penalty box is also empty, so we're back to 5-on-5. A 17-point run for Casco Bay and Grim Mice. She now has put Casco Bay up 20-11 over Collision Roller Derby. Shazama Pajama now coming up against Matt Daddy. Brickhouse playing immediate offense using the St. Louis playbook there. Matt Daddy getting knocked out to the outside of the front straightaway. He gets recycled to the back. Shazama Pajama also getting recycled. Fantastic job by Brickhouse and Mighty Mouth slowing him down. Recycling up front. Collision has recycled him, as is Matt Daddy. Both jammers struggling a little bit right now to make something happen. No lead jammer, and we've already gone. Oh, there we go. Matt Daddy out, lead jammer. Brickhouse with a huge hit, and he's called on a back block playing offense for Matt Daddy. But Matt Daddy's still awarded 5 points as he's going to play a little bit of offense now, jammer on jammer action. And trapped Shazama Pajama in the collision wall. But Mighty Mouth gets called on penalty, so 2 blockers for collision in the penalty box as Matt Daddy ran his back. 1 to beat, he calls off the jam. And 4 points awarded. He didn't get mini for his 207, but still a fantastic job putting Collision Roller Derby back on top, 23-20. Brickhouse and Mighty Mouth will start in the penalty box, so this will be a 4-2 pack advantage for Casco Bay as Boomerang now takes off against Furious Oxide. Slinging Grits and Kid Star on the track for Collision. Boomerang with some fancy footwork on the inside, lead jammer status, but Fierce Oxide really close to him. Collision Roller Derby playing the front wall. Kid Star getting knocked to the inside. These two teams very, very evenly matched on this game. Ladies of MRDA taking the track. Grim Demise facing off against Hit or Miss. Mighty Mouth still in the penalty box for Collision Roller Derby. Grim Demise taking some big hits by Nathan up front. Brickhouse playing last man offense. Grim Demise is your lead jammer. Collision now playing a lot of offense for Grim Demise. She's getting trapped behind Casco Bay as they recycle up to the front. Oh, a huge hit by Tugboat to Hit or Miss. And that will be a high block. Number 7-4, Rockfist also recycling Hit or Miss. Grim Demise now up front of Collision Roller Derby. Grim Demise closing the gaps a little bit for Hit or Miss with her blockers. Both jammers now getting recycled. Penalty box empty, so 5-on-5 action for both teams. Hit or Miss pushing hard up against the last two Casco Bay blockers. She's finally out on her scoring pass. Mighty Mouth and Nurse Smash It going to the penalty box right at the end of that jam. So we'll start with 3-on-3 blocker situation. Grim Demise scoring 5 points before the call-off, 27-25. Collision Roller Derby only up by 2 points. A skater named X will be facing off against Nails. Old school derby here is both blocking lines line up on the pivot line. Skater named X pushing hard through the middle. Lead jammer. Collision Roller Derby playing a lot of offense. Big hit by Sling and Grits. Collision slowing down. JB with a last-ditch effort trying to close up the gap. Casco Bay had them split up really well. Jam is called off. Casco Bay with 4 points. That will be a lead change, 29-27 now. Casco Bay up. Peroxide taking off now against Matt Daddy. Penalty box is empty. Brickhouse going back to the... Oh, Brickhouse and Nathan looks like they're going to be going back to that St. Louis Gatekeepers offense. Big hit by Brickhouse to... And it's effective. Matt Daddy's out for lead jammer. Brickhouse and Nathan quickly recycling up against Peroxide up front. Both jammers now stuck behind some fantastic walls, but Peroxide should break out, and she does. Brickhouse was trying to play a lot of offense to help Matt Daddy get out. Matt Daddy got recycled at the end, calls off the jam. Is awarded 2 points, so 29-29 with 17:25 left in the first half. Jam number 10 about to be underway. Boomerang facing off against a skater named X. Penalty box is empty, so full 5-on-5. Both jammers having a little bit of a patient stall there. And it is a skater named X pushing JB out of his way. He's out, lead jammer. Darky Vader playing last man offense against Boomerang. Boomerang's out. Darky Vader, or correction, Skater Named X comes out for 4 points, calls off the jam. Should be a 4-0 jam for Skater Named X. And it is 33-29. Hit or miss returning against Grim Demise. I think this is going to be a super fun matchup to see what Hit or Miss, what Hit or Miss can do to make up that last jam. She almost cleared the inside of Mini Fridge, but got pushed back. Mighty Mouth playing a lot of offense. Grim Demise out in front, sneaking on the inside of Brick House. She's out for lead jammer. Mini Fridge getting called on a track cut on the inside of turn 2. Both jammers on their scoring run. Grim Demise calls off the jam on the inside of Nathan. And 4 points awarded. Casco Bay now pulling away from Collision Roller Derby, 37-29. Those quick points and quick call-offs are really doing a great favor for Casco Bay right now, as the Casco Bay blockers are having a successful run containing the Collision Roller Derby jammers. Skater Named X returning against Nails. We might get a multiplayer. Yep, multiplayer block being called on Deep Insider. Nails stretching out past Darky Vader, lead jammer. Keegan knocking out the Skater Named X. 3 Casco Bay blockers. So Nails comes out for 4 points. I think the Collision bench coach will say keep running it. Let's see what we can do here. And we have a down skater. And welcome back. JB groans. Looks like we have a rolled ankle. The medic says it doesn't appear to be broken, but we're going to get him some additional advice here in a bit. Thank you to our volunteer EMTs this weekend. We greatly appreciate you for keeping us safe this weekend and taking care of us for all our bumps and bruises. And with that whistle, looks like we are about underway after the Casco Bay. The Casco Bay run really has come up to 39 to Collision's 37. Boomerang taken inside track. Peroxide dancing behind him, same line. Both jammers are out. Nathan and Mighty Mouth playing offense. Boomerang comes through, one to beat. Stays in bounds with his toe stops. 4 points, calls off the jam, and we have another lead change, Collision Roller Derby. And as I mentioned in the beginning of the game, these two teams so evenly matched. And with Collision being up 2-0 for the history of these two teams playing, a lot of redemption being played here by Casco Bay. Grim Demise now facing off against Matt Daddy. Getting a little bit of help from Shazama Pajama pushing against Slinging Grits, but offense was ineffective. Good rotation up front by Collision Roller Derby. Tugboat knocking out Matt Daddy to the back with Nurse Smash It. Matt Daddy's out. Lead Jammer beating the inside of Mini Fridge. Mini Fridge playing outfits against Kidstar, but Kidstar too quick to come up to the front. Recycles Grim Demise. Tugboat, Nurse Smash It, recycling Matt Daddy really far to the back of the pack. Slinging Grits and Keegan now holding Grim Demise pretty well up front. Casco Bay recycling that strong 3-wall on the back. Fantastic job by both sets of blockers now, as neither jammer is able to make an opening for themselves. We have a star pass. Shazama Pajama, the pivot, now has the star for Casco Bay. Matt Daddy calls off the jam but gets called on a low block as he's trying to make an opening against Grim Demise. And we have an official review, Collision Roller Derby. If you would like to chat with us, you can chat with us on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, all of the social media thingies and places on the interwebs at hashtag #TalkToBobH, hashtag WhoIsBobH, hashtag The Return of Bob H, and hashtag 2BobH2Furious. Bob H sponsors Turn 2 Skate Shop in Portland, Maine is a roller derby-based skate shop operated by Kissy Kicks of Rock Coast Roller Girls and Grim Demise of Casco Bay Gentlemen's Roller Derby. Turn 2 Skate Shop strives for personable customer service while properly outfitting veteran and aspiring derby players from around the world. We're lucky to have Turn 2 Skate Shop here at Battle of Bunker Hill. All the action is at Turn 2, www.turn2skateshop.com. Also, a great shout out to Dippin' Donuts at 235 Lundberg, St. Fitchburg, Massachusetts. Skip chain donut shops and go local, boasting over 50 flavors of coffee plus breakfast sandwiches and fresh bakery items made from scratch daily. Make your way to Dippin' Donuts, who is volunteered graciously a lot of donuts this weekend to the skating officials and support staff this weekend. Many dipping donuts has been consumed by myself, to say the least. So it looks like the official review might be, and this is only an assumption here, on the low block being called on Matt Daddy with that last hit to Grim to Mice. And that whistle means we will return to live roller derby action. Skater named X will start this as a power jam. Looks like Collision will probably lose their, they lost their official review. So power jam for Casco Bay and a skater named X. And a low block being called on the skater named X as he falls and trips Brickhouse. We will have a quick swap of jammers in the penalty box. Matt Daddy will return. Rock This is getting goaded behind Collision. Staples returns back, smartly forming the pack in the back of everything, forcing the front three Casco Bay players out of play. Matt Daddy released lead jammer. Great play by Collision Roller Derby. Matt Daddy hitting hard against Bandit Cutie. He's out for his scoring pass. Matt Daddy getting recycled, but he should have at least a couple points. Yep. He's awarded all 5 points. So 51 for Collision, going up to 39 over Casco Bay. A fantastic track awareness by Collision Roller Derby, understanding that Rock This was actually the pack in the back and stretching out the Casco players out of play. So we will face off now with Nails going against Grim to Mice. Oh, Grim to Mice on the outside of Keegan and Sling and Grits, lead jammer. Nails now pushing on the inside and gets recycled by Mini Fridge. Furious Oxide getting called on a clockwise balk on Sling and Grits, but it did get Grim to Mice out for 5 points. Fast moving pack now. Grim to Mice looking towards the inside, getting held up by Keegan. Turning backwards, gets a couple points, looks like 3. Calls off the jam. So an 8-0 run there for Casco Bay. Furious Oxide is still in the penalty box. And a timeout now being called by... Oh, it's an official timeout. Sometimes you just want to eavesdrop inside of the huddle gathering of zebras and know what they talk about during an official review or official timeout. Boomerang with some loud noises, trying to rile up his bench. He will be facing off now against Peroxide. 4-3 pack advantage for Collision Roller Derby. Collision taking the back wall, and Brickhouse up front. Playing fantastic offense. Boomerang's your lead jammer. Collision Roller Derby getting separated just a little bit. Brickhouse recycling Peroxide to the back. Nurse Smash It. Trying to play a little bit of offense, getting tripped up. Peroxide now taking out Easy Button. Everybody focused on Easy Button. Boomerang does come through, but he's called on a track cut, so he'll spend 30 seconds in the bad boy box. Power Jam for Casco Bay as Peroxide is now on her scoring run. Casco Bay back to full strength as Zap has returned from the penalty box. Huge hit by Brickhouse, getting knocked to the back. Peroxide making sure she wasn't going to get a cut. So Brickhouse now getting trapped in the back. Nathan will recycle Peroxide. Boomerang has also been released from the penalty box. We're going a full 2 minutes. Boomerang tried sneaking on the inside of Fierce Oxide, but got knocked out. Collision Roller Derby in almost of a box formation up front. Nurse Smash It pushing Nathan out of the way. Boomerang on the inside again with no jam awareness by Casco Bay. He comes out for 5 points. Collision Roller Derby doing a fantastic job holding Peroxide. A late penalty was awarded to Zap. Looks like he might have gotten called on a skating out of bounds earlier. So I'm wondering if he's going to be awarded 2 points maybe. I don't know. Not a ref. But he will start. I do know this. He will start in the penalty box. 4-3 advantage for Collision Roller Derby. Gremna Mice facing off against Kidstar. Kidstar, I believe this will be his first jam. Inside a juice box, and Gremna Mice is your lead jammer. Collision Roller Derby up front in a box formation, getting knocked out by Juice Box. Kidstar getting a lot of help from Keegan. So Kidstar will be now on a scoring run. Tugboat hit or miss really hard, knocking her out of play, allowing his jammer to come through for 5 points. So a 5-0 run for Casco Bay, 64-55. Collision Roller Derby still up. Looks like Shazama Pajama, the pivot, will start in the penalty box. Matt Daddy and the skater named X. Matt Daddy nearly cleared Nurse Smash It and gets recycled. Crash Bandicooty and Brickhouse doing a fantastic job holding the skater named X on the inside of the track. Matt Daddy stretches out past Darky Vader. He's lead jammer. And the skater named X pushing Crash Bandicooty through. Almost get held up by Nathan. He's out. And Matt Daddy smartly calls off the jam. But he did get the penalty box clear with a 0-0 jam. 4 minutes, 50 seconds remaining. And this exciting, very, very exciting period one of game one of day two of Bob H 2017. Fierce Oxide wearing the star now for Casco Bay. Nails returning with the star. Oh, beating hit or miss, but then Keegan and Slinging Grits catch Fierce Oxide. Nails getting recycled to the back. Collision recycling out to the front, rotating around. Nails trying to take advantage of Tugboat. Oh, huge hit by Keegan. And we have a star pass to hit or miss for Collision. So that'll be a lead jam for Fierce Oxide. A 0-0 jam again. Smart pass by Nails with Tugboat and Mini Fridge holding really well on the back of the pack, not letting him advance. So 4-3 advantage with Keegan in the penalty box. Boomerang now taking the track against the skater named X. Immediate offense being played by Casco Bay. Both walls stretched out really far, and Boomerang takes full advantage of it, taking the inside of Upchuck Berry. Brickhouse with the great defense position being held by the brace Crash Bandicooty. Boomerang comes out for 5 points. Boomerang hits a slippery spot, it looks like, on the floor. Calls off the jam. 5-0, 69-55 with 2:25 in the first period. Penalty box is clear as takes the track against Grim Demise. Rock this, playing immediate offense now for Casco Bay. Grim Demise taking the inside. Juicebox catching her, slowing her down. Matt Daddy, huge hits everywhere. And Grim Demise takes the inside line behind hit or miss. Lead jammer. A lot of offense by Rock this. And Grim Demise is out for 5 points. Matt Daddy recycled to the back. Taking advantage of an opening between Keegan and hit or miss. Slinging Grits catching her and holding her back. Rock this now playing offense. Matt Daddy not able to do anything in the back as Casco Bay doing a fantastic job holding him with a strong 3-wall. Rock this now being called on the penalty, so he'll spend 30 seconds in the penalty box. Matt Daddy finally on the inside of, looks like Mini Fridge, so he will finally get on his scoring run. Matt Daddy's slowing things down just a little bit as he approaches the back of the pack. Grim Demise running out the clock. 2 points awarded to Collision Roller Derby. Grim Demise's endurance taking advantage of that last jam. And timeout by Casco Bay. 14-point run there from Grim Demise to 2 points for Matt Daddy, bringing Casco Bay 69-71 for Collision. 2-point difference now. Grim Demise really taking advantage of that jam. We will start the next jam with Keegan in the penalty box for Collision, and Rock This in the penalty box for Casco Bay. Following this bout, we have Tampa Bay men's facing off against Toronto at 11. Philadelphia Hooligans facing off against Casco Bay at 1. Mass Maelstrom against Toronto at 3. And then the final game of today will be the men's B team with Mass Maelstrom Berserkers against the Philly Shenanigans, followed by the MVPs and the after party. A super tight game with the skater named X now taking the track against Kidstar. Collision backing up towards the skater named X. Kidstar playing a little bit of defense, allowing his wall to regroup. Attacking the center of Casco Bay, almost breaks through. On the outside of Rock This and then inside of Zap, Kidstar lead jammer. The skater named X taking the blind side of Mighty Mouth. He comes out. He will be on a scoring run. Knocking 2 to the ground. Kidstar calls off the jam and is awarded 2 points as we come to intermission. 73-69. Collision roller derby in a tight lead over Casco Bay. Super close game, folks, and we will be right back after this intermission. Huh.
Look at the shit.
Welcome back, folks. Period 2, game number 1, day 2, Bob H 2017. We are back with Collision Roller Derby, 73 over Casco Bay, 69. We've got approximately a minute and 5 seconds left in the intermission. So, quick recap of the first half. So, quick recap of the first game. Collision Roller Derby starting in a 3-wall, great offense off the line. Casco Bay tried to mimic that, and they were effective a couple times. Not a lot of big penalties or multiple penalties, except for one jam. Casco Bay had 3 blockers in the penalty box. That could be a deciding factor, barely. Grim Demise currently on top, the leading scorer for Casco Bay. I don't have a significant number of actual jams and versus points, but definitely a lot of action going on. A lot of fun roller derby, clean hits. We are back underway. Grim Demise with Matt Daddy. And Matt Daddy will be called on a track cut, power jam, Grim Demise, and Casco Bay. Two blockers for Collision Roller Derby. I'm not sure exactly if there was a communication error. So Collision Roller Derby, a huge error on their part, only fielding 3 blockers. Nathan standing in the box, as is Matt Daddy. Grim Demise racking up the points right now. She's at 15 already, halfway through the jam. Sneaking on the inside of Easy Button and Nathan, she's out for 20. Oh, correction, 19. Forearm being called on Mini Fridge. She'll report to the penalty box. The jam is called off. Exciting jam for Casco Bay. A lead change. And it looks like we'll end the jam at 20 points to 0 for Casco Bay, 89 to 73. Grim Demise taking advantage of the Collision Roller Derby 3-man mix-up there. Oh, huge offense by Kidstar, but Boomer getting recycled at the last second. That's Fierce Oxide playing offense against Boomerang, trying to close or open up the gap. Fierce Oxide took the inside line of Juice Box, easily coming out for lead jammer. Kidstar playing offense and then gets hit by Darky Vader. Boomerang might have gotten a couple points there. We'll check that out. 2 points to 0. Fierce Oxide didn't call off the jam quick enough. So back-to-back errors, one for each team to start off period number 2. Penalty box is empty with Nails taking off against Shazama Pajama. Nails getting recycled back. Shazama Pajama taking the inside of Collision Roller Derby and out for lead jammer. Brickhouse knocking, that's Nurse Smash It to the outside. Hoping to get 1 point, but it was ineffective. So we go to a, what looks like could be a scoreless jam. 3 points awarded to Casco Bay on that one. Mighty Mouth and Rock This will start in the penalty box for this jam. Matt Daddy facing off against the skater named X. A 3-on-3 pack. Skater named X pushing through the center of Collision Roller Derby's lead jammer. Matt Daddy getting some offensive help, but gets recycled. Skater named X going to the seam of Kidstar and Slinging Grit. Was able to get them to cinch, goes to the inside. He comes out for a scoring pass. Kidstar with a star pass. The skater named X out in front for 4 points. And a late penalty being awarded to Zap. So it looks like he might start in the penalty box for this next jam. And he is. 4-3 pack advantage for Collision Roller Derby. Grim Demise coming out against Nails. Everybody on the jammer line now. Oh, Nails gets recycled back by Grim Demise. Nails will not play that game. Brickhouse will take a run. And Brickhouse will be called for destruction, but a small sacrifice to get Nails back on the track. Nails taking the inside of Peroxide. He will be out for his scoring pass. Zap returns, so 4-3 advantage for Casco. Grim Demise taking the inside of Crash Bandicooty, and she will call off the jam. 4-0 run for Casco Bay. Collision Roller Derby will start with Brickhouse in the penalty box. A late decision on jammers for both teams. Boomerang comes out against Fierce Oxide. Oh, huge hit by Collision, taking Fierce Oxide out to the front straightaway. And Fierce Oxide will get recycled. Boomerang getting some help there from Kidstar. Pushing to the inside, stays inbounds, and gets lead jammer. Brickhouse stretching Fierce Oxide to the back of the pack and stretches out the Casco Bay wall far enough to get Boomerang out for 4 points. Correction, 5 points. Oh, Boomerang taking advantage of a distracted Casco Bay wall, comes out for another 5 points. Slinging Grit's denying the star pass, knocking Fierce Oxide out to the end of turn 1. Boomerang coming out for another 5 points. Tugboat playing offense on Collision Roller Derby. Fierce Oxide still getting recycled back. Slinging Grit's playing offense now against Chuck Berry. And that will be good enough to get Boomerang out for another 5 big Roller Derby points. Fierce Oxide getting recycled once again. Oh, huge hit by Tugboat. Boomerang goes falling down the back straightaway, calls off the jam, gets 4 additional points at the end, closes up the gap 100 to 105. Casco still up by 5 points. A late call being assessed to Brickhouse, so he will start the first 30 seconds of the next jam in the penalty box, and we have a team timeout for Casco Bay. If you are in need of roller derby gear and are not here today at this fabulous event, you can be sure to check out the Bob H. sponsored Turn 2 Skate Shop in Portland, Maine at turn2skateshop.com. That's turntwoskateshop.com. They are a derby-based skate shop operated by Kissy Kicks of Rock Coast and Grib DeMice, who you have the pleasure of watching right now of Casco Bay Gentlemen's Derby. I'm happily up here in the announcer booth enjoying the Daily Bagel Cafe stuff along with some Dippin' Donuts. Nice and fat and happy this morning of day 2 of Bob H. Jam number 7 about to start with Matt Daddy facing off against the skater named X for 3-pack advantage for Casco Bay. Mini Fridge playing immediate offense for Casco. Casco Bay recycling up front, getting enough room for the skater named X, lead jammer. Nathan playing a lot of offense on Mini Fridge, helping Matt Daddy stretch out fierce, peroxide. Matt Daddy's out for his scoring pass. Oh, and a track cut being assessed on the skater named X. Power jam collision roller derby. Matt Daddy with an apex jump, knocking Mini Fridge to his head, looking like a break dancer. 5 big roller derby points for collision roller derby. Matt Daddy taking advantage of a distracted Casco Bay blocker. A skating out of bounds being assessed to peroxide. Out of play being called. Destruction being called on number 3. So 3 blockers in the penalty box plus the Casco jammer. That was Masonic Boom there at the end. So 1 Casco blade blocker. That is Nurse Ratchet trying to play offense for the skater named X, but the skater named X gets recycled by Mighty Mouth. Nurse smash it up front against Matt Daddy, getting called on an out-of-play block. Jam is come to a conclusion. Huge jam for collision roller derby with a lead change 19-3. Matt Daddy Mighty Mouth in the penalty box starting this next jam, as will Mini Fridge, Masonic Boom, and Nurse Smash It for Casco Bay. A 4-1 pack advantage, 3-on-1. Shazama Pajama will have a lot of work to do with Nails on the track wearing the star for collision roller derby. Easily skating by Dark Evader, lead jammer by Nails. Masonic Boom now returning from the penalty box. Apex jump on the inside of Dark Evader. 5 big roller derby points awarded to Nails. Collision slowing down. Shazama Pajama up front. Nails gets recycled, calls off the jam. Smart play. Being awarded, it looks like 3 additional points, 127 to 108. Collision taking full advantage of all of the penalties being assessed to Casco Bay there. I'm sure Casco Bay will want to redo there for the last couple jams. Official timeout as we have some track maintenance to do. Thank you to all of our non-skating officials here, repairing the tracks, doing the stats things, doing the microphone things, doing the all things derby related, not actually playing. And thank you for all of the fans in attendance for this sold out event. Some people wearing blankets, and I do not blame them one bit. It is cold here. Boomerang now with Grim to Mice. Both jammers facing some really tough walls right now. Grim to Mice almost clearing the inside apex. She stretches two collision blockers back, almost took advantage of it. And outside of Crash Bandicoot Cutie, she's out for lead jammer. Star pass from Boomerang to Nathan. Nathan will make his scoring run. Grim to Mice following the offensive peroxide. And she calls off the jam with 4 points to 0. Casco winning that jam, 112 to 127. Collision is up right now with 17-21. A skater named X now facing off against Matt Daddy. Penalty box is empty. Each skater taking opposite sides of the track. Matt Daddy sneaking around the outside of rock this lead jammer status. A skater named X coming on the inside of Collision. Big hit by Darky Vader to Matt Daddy, but Matt Daddy was able to sustain it. Calls off the jam. And 2 late penalties being assessed to Keegan and Juicebox, so they will start in the penalty box. Hit or miss now taking the track. This will be her first time for Collision. Nope, correction, last second change. This will be Kid Star against Shazama Pajama. Keegan and Nathan with a strong 2-wall up front, holding Shazama Pajama. And Shazama Pajama staying in bounds with a big hit. Lead jammer. Kid Star sneaking through the middle of Casco Bay. He's out on the scoring run. Fast pack. Collision taking the front wall. Avoiding all the offense. Brickhouse getting Shazama out at the last second, and it looks like he got his hips past Brickhouse and got the 2 off the track points. Yep, so 3 points awarded to Casco. Penalty box is empty. Grim to Mice on the inside of Mighty Mouth, clearing a big hole. Nails following the exact same hole. Grim to Mice. Staples being easy button being called on a what looked like to be a low block. Grim to Mice on the outside of Crash Bandicootie. She's out for another 5 big roller derby points. Nails breaking through the center of Casco Bay, forcing them to drop their links. He comes out for 4 points. Grim to Mice scoring Final 2 points. Calls off the jam. 4-11. Casco Bay up on that jam, but they still have a little bit of work to do. Down by 9, 135-126. Easy button will start in the penalty box. And team correction. A team timeout now being called by Collision Roller Derby. (135-126). The clock is stopped at 13:52. Super tight roller derby playing here. I know that this is going to be a game that many people are going to watch many times over. Fantastic offense, fantastic defense. The strategy on both teams is so amazing. All right. All right, folks. So we have a short timeout. The officials wanted to take a short intermission to discuss some things. Not sure what was going on, but if we can get an update from the officials, I will definitely let you guys know. We'll be right back. I'm not hearing anything out of this. Not sure what was going on, but nobody cares. Grim Demise has taken the track against Matt Daddy. Nathan playing offense to the outside of turn one. Matt Daddy backwards on 1 foot. Grim Demise has already done the damage, scoring at least a point, maybe. No, she does not. Calls off the jam, so a 0-0 jam. Yay, roller derby. Clock winding down to 13 minutes. Hit or miss facing off against the skater named X. Penalty box is empty. Collision with a strong fluid box diamond formation in the back as Rockdis goes to play offense and Collision absorbs it. Hit or miss getting knocked to the outside, getting recycled. Oh, track cut being called. The skater named X. Collision roller derby now have to play a lot of offense to get hit or miss out. Huge hit from Sling and Grits, making just a big enough hole from deep inside her, getting her out. She is not lead jammer. Getting trapped behind Deep and Zap. She's getting recycled again. Collision defense playing smartly, holding back, hoping they can stretch out the Casco Bay wall. Darky Vader knocking her and recycling her back. Keegan went to play offense against Darky Vader, but gets a forearm call. Hit or miss, getting knocked out by Rock This. Huge hit now by Darky Vader. Hit or miss, taking a huge punishment right now. Trapped behind a strong 2-wall. Hit or miss is completely trapped. And she goes to call off the jam, but she's not lead jammer. She was able to score 4 points, allowing Casco Bay to get 130. Oh, correction, 5 points and 2 points. So 1 point awarded to each team after that. So 140 to 128. And it looks like an official review will be called by Collision Roller Derby. Correction, this will be a team timeout. Which means you have just enough time to check out Turn 2 skates. Go to turn2skateshop.com for all of your roller derby needs. For all the Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, interweb, social media things, you can hit us up at hashtag #TalkToBobH, hashtag WhoIsBobH, hashtag The Return of Bob H, and hashtag 2BobH2Furious. Following this game will be Tampa Bay men's against Toronto men's at 11 a.m. Stick around on the YouTubes and interwebs for that outstanding match about to come up. 5 seconds being called, 10:23 remaining, 140 to 128. Collision maintaining that lead, doing everything that they can. Matt Daddy inside following Brickhouse. He is the lead jammer. Graham the Mice way too fast. Smartly calling off the jam. And Graham the Mice very cautiously and patiently following the same hole that Matt Daddy had behind his blockers. Graham the Mice wanting a redo. She's going to now take the track against Nails. Penalty box is still empty. Offense being played by Rock This. Not effective as Graham the Mice gets recycled. Lead jammer status, Nails taking the inside of Darky Vader. Graham the Mice on an apex jump around slinging grits. She's out for her scoring run. Huge crash by Zap, actually. Taking 2 collision blockers out. Slinging grits, looking around like, what the heck just hit me? Ref checking on her to make sure she's all right, and she is. No penalties assessed. Great hit by zapping Casco Bay, allowing his jammer to come through. 4-3 jam, 144 to 131, 8:45 remaining. Boomerang on a straightaway jump. And a broken skate now. Losing a truck, it looks like. And jam is called off. Actually, it looks like the axle is still on. Not sure what happened with his left skate. We'll get an update with that a little bit later. 4-3 pack advantage for Collision. Hit or miss, taking the track again with the star. Skater named X pushing up against Kidstar, pushing him out of the way, and his lead jammer. Hit or miss, getting knocked to the inside of turn 1 by Furious Oxide, getting recycled. Skater X hitting the back of Keegan, smiling a little bit, saying great hit. A forearm being called on Keegan, however. Hit or miss, slowing things down, goes for a star pass, but Kidstar getting recycled out of bounds. So hit or miss, taking it all by herself. She's out for her scoring run. Skater named X getting hit outside of turn 3 by Slinging Grits, calls off the jam. 9-point run to 0. Casco comes within 4 points, 144 to 140. Hit or miss for her second 0-point jam. Matt Daddy facing off yet once again against Grim Demise. 4-3 pack advantage for Casco Bay. Rock This playing offense to the inside of Nathan. Skating super low into squatting position. Grim Demise, lead jammer. Matt Daddy with a huge hit on Rock This, getting recycled by Tugboat. Grim Demise now attacking the back of Collision. Matt Daddy with a big hit on Peroxide. A no pass, no penalty. He's on his scoring run. Graham Demise getting held up by Collision Roller Derby, but the damage is done. 4 points. Folks, we are at a tie game with 6:05 going into jam number 20. Nails now taking the star for Collision Roller Derby. He will have a 4-on-2 pack. He's taking his time, allowing his blockers to get settled in. Oh, big hit on Nurse Smash It. Then to the backside of Darky Vader, lead jammer. Shazama Pajama is actually on the star for Casco. Apex jump, running into Nurse Smash It. And Nails calls off the jam. Huge hits everywhere, 4-0. And an official review being called now by Casco Bay. And with only this being the first game of day 2, this is the perfect way to start Mother's Day. Let me say this, the perfect way to start Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to everybody watching and not watching. We wouldn't be here without you, without your love, your support, and maybe not understanding or acceptance of this game, but we definitely appreciate everything that you've done for us. Happy Mother's Day. Right now we have Rock This in the penalty box. So, not sure what the Zebras are congregating about. And if you are skating this weekend or would like to see a picture of all your loved ones that are skating, Sean Hale, our fabulous photographer, very quick to post photography on all things social media. Be sure to check out your pictures, and if you do like a picture and would like to share it, make sure you include his name, Sean, S-E-A-N, Hale, H-A-L-E. Thank you for photographing, oh my goodness, photographing all things roller derby this weekend. It's early, folks. It's Sunday morning, it's Mother's Day, and we have roller derby. All right, not sure what the official penalty was. Might have been a back block or misconduct, maybe. It looks like Nails has been sent to the penalty box to start jam number 21. So a power jam start for Casco Bay. Graham Mice at the helm now. Having very, very successful runs here in the second period. She has a solid chance of scoring an additional 5 points, and that'll put Casco Bay up with one power jam. Rock This, number 74 of Casco, is standing in the penalty box, so he's only got a few seconds left. He'll rejoin the Casco defense. And the huddle has come to a conclusion. Rolling whistle says we are about to start. Five seconds. Everybody up on the pivot line. Old school derby here. Grim Mice on the inside, and Nathan easily coming through lead jammer status. Casco Bay. Dangerous position now as Collision has the wall set up on the inside of turn one. One-man offense being played by Mini Fridge, and he quickly backs off. Great defense being played by Collision, continuously recycling up front, staying in front of Grim Mice. Nails has returned from the penalty box, crashing hard against Rock This. Brickhouse playing a little bit of offense. Graham Mice getting recycled behind Kidstar. Graham Mice coming through the center of the Collision pack. Gets knocked out by Brickhouse. Nails looks up, gets through the pack. Graham Mice sees it and is awarded 5 points. Folks, we have a lead change, 149 to 146. Casco Bay now on top with 4 minutes and a couple seconds left. This is going to be a tight race all the way to the finish. Nails and looks like Fierce Oxide. Yep, Fierce Oxide taking the track for Casco. Ferris Oxide getting recycled behind Kidstar. Slinging Grits up front, playing offense for Boomerang. Ferris Oxide beating the outside of Mighty Mouth and Juicebox. Lead jammer. We got a star pass going to Kidstar. Off to the races. Jam is called off from the ground to turn one. And 1 point awarded to Casco Bay. 150, 146. Casco Bay able to eat down a little under a minute off the clock. And official review now being called by Collision Roller Derby. Wildflower's gluten-free bakery of Brunswick, Maine offers a fabulous selection of outlandishly delicious gluten-free baked goods, and they are joining us here today. Definitely worth the trip. Visit their Facebook page for a little bit more information. And with a few people from Collision Roller Derby actually being gluten-free, I'm sure they will be making at least a couple trips to Wildflowers this weekend. Tampa Bay and Toronto are warming up on the side of the in the warm-up area over here off the other side of the track. Three minutes, 1 second. The clock has been stopped. Casco Bay up 150 to 146. The zebra huddle has broken up, and we will see if they retain. Nobody going to the penalty box. Looks like Collision has lined up a super wall. Skater named X getting knocked to the inside of turn one. Breaks through between Kidstar and Slinging Grits, lead jammer. A track cut being assessed to peroxide. Matt Daddy on his scoring run. Collision run in the pack. Oh, Mini Fridge getting trapped behind Nathan and Kidstar. Both jammers through. They should have each gotten 4 points, and they do. The skater named X is going to run it. If he can match Matt Daddy point for point. Oh, tight hair finishing race. Looks like 6-5 for Collision, 152 to 155. A team timeout now for Collision Roller Derby. They've got 1 team timeout left. Casco Bay has 2 team timeouts and their official review. 4 points awarded at the end of that jam to Casco Bay. So 159, 152. Nope. Change back, 155, 152. A minor malfunction in our scoreboard all of a sudden, and it looks like it settled back down to 155, 152. With 154 remaining, this team timeout almost coming to a conclusion. Penalty box is empty. Boomerang facing off against Shazama Pajama. A last-minute lineup change. Slinging Grits coming in for Nathan. Both walls have a lot of work to do now, holding back the jammers as long as possible so that one team can finally be declared a victor. Shazama Pajama getting a little bit of offense by Fierce Oxide. Huge hit to Fierce Oxide by House. And it's Fierce Oxide getting lead jammer. Collision returning to the Casco Bay wall. Boomerang getting recycled to the back. And 5 big roller derby points for Shazama Pajama. Fierce Oxide being called on a high block. Nails coming to the wall, and no points awarded for Collision roller derby. 3 additional points awarded to Casco. 40 seconds left. 163 to 152, folks. And it looks like Fierce Oxide will be released from the penalty box. A reversed call. And team timeout for Collision roller derby, stopping the clock at 27 seconds. Up by 11, Casco Bay putting on a clinic today. In just a few moments, Toronto and Tampa Bay men's roller derby teams will be starting their warm-up for game number 2 of day number 2 of Bob H 2017. If you have any special announcements, shout-outs, questions, or smack talk, whatever you want to do, you can do it at hashtag #TalkToBobH, hashtag WhoIsBobH, hashtag The Return of Bob H, and hashtag 2BobH2Furious. Jam number 25 about to be underway. Correction. Team timeout. Casco Bay getting into Collision roller derby's head a little bit. I like it. Some group hugs going on the track. Great sign of sportsmanship by both teams. These two teams actually really do appreciate each other and have a lot of respect and growing pains. Fantastic sportsmanship all through the house today. It's fantastic. Love it. Resetting now. Grim Demise with the star for Casco Bay. Matt Daddy for the star for Collision. Penalty box is empty. 27 seconds remaining. Folks, this will more than likely be the final jam. Collision out of timeouts. Casco Bay has 1 timeout, 1 official review. I don't think they will be using it if they have lead. Matt Daddy stuck behind the back of Casco Bay. Grim Demise will slow things down, becoming a blocker for a moment. Peroxide playing offense up front. Rock this going to the penalty box. A piece of track stuck to Matt Daddy's skate as Grim Demise recycles him all the way back to the pack. She is going to run out the clock on the period. Fast pack now. Grim Demise takes off. Fast pack from all the blockers. Peroxide getting hit outside by Kid Star. The Jammers now skating around the front. Rock this is returned back from the penalty box. Now both blocking walls are slowing things down. Grim Demise playing offense, knocking Matt Daddy and recycling him a second time. Grim Demise waiting for all the blockers to come up to her. 36 seconds left. Grim Demise will slow things down, play a little bit more jammer on jammer action. Collision in the back of the pack, slowing things down. Oh, another huge hit, but she gets a clockwise block. Collision roller derby playing all the offense they can to help get Matt Daddy out. 13 seconds left on the clock. Matt Daddy finally awarded lead jammer status. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that whistle ends unofficial final score, 155 to 163. Holy smokes, folks. That was oh my God, that was an intense finish. The game number 1 of day 2 of Bob H. The scorekeepers and jam refs will convene now to make sure the points are correct. And we got the final score, folks, 155 to 163. Casco Bay finally ending their losing streak and beating out Collision Roller Derby and one battle of the Spartans. Wow. Wow. All right, folks, I'm Juke Sukum. Next up will be Toronto facing off against Tampa Bay. Stick around, we'll be right back.